Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel PD Bros. So today I will taking on the section function of hypothalamus. So function of hypothalamus, most students including me just complains that the function of hypothalamus is bit large and I can remember every function of the hypothalamus. So I'm here to with a mnemonic that you could easily remember every function of the hypothalamus and you can easily write this function in your exam. So let's move on to the topic. The function of hypothalamus. The mnemonic for this topic is A, B, C, D, E, F, G and S. So you can see here A, B, C, D, E, F, G and S. So let's see what these words represent. The word A. The A represent the autonomic activities. So from the word itself, the autonomic activities means that parasympathetic and sympathetic activities. So the parasympathetic, and if you heard about the parasympathetic and sympathetic activities, you just hear the first thing that came to your mind. The teachers usually says, what will you do if you see a ghost or a snake, anything like that? So it's a flight and fight response. So let's move into the, let's just briefly discuss what is parasympathetic and sympathetic activities. The parasympathetic activities, it's related to the anterior and medial region of the hypothalamus. Anterior and medial region of the hypothalamus, and it increases the vagal and sacral autonomic response, which means that it increases the cardiac output and increases the heart rate. Decreases the cardiac output, decreases the heart rate, decrease the blood pressure. And for the sympathetic activities, it is by the lateral and posterior hypothalamic region. It increases the metabolic and somatic activities, and thereby it is increasing the cardiac output, increasing the heart rate, increasing the blood pressure. That's all for autonomic response, in which A represent. Now for the B. B means body temperature and regulation and body water balance. Body temperature regulation and body water balance. The body temperature regulation means the heat loss and heat gain. The temperature has to be maintained by the heat loss and heat gain. So that heat loss is by the anterior part of the hypothalamus and heat gain is by the posterior part of the hypothalamus. And for the body, the water balance should be maintained. So the water balance should be maintained by the thirst center. By drinking water, we can maintain the water balance. So the thirst center of the is present in the lateral hypothalamic region. So in the lateral hypothalamic region, it is present the thirst center. The stimulation of the center, yes, of course, the thirst center means itself. The name itself suggests that the stimulation of this thirst center increases the thirst, and this region is composed of cholinergic neurons. And if a lesion to this thirst center occurs, there's a decrease in the thirst. So we can actually remember this water balance by the thirst center in the lateral part of the hypothalamus. Now for the C. So what does C represent? Here the C. It represents the control of sleep-wake cycle and sleep-wake cycle. And the C represents the control of sleep-wake cycle. So it acts as the biological clock. The hypothalamus is acting as the biological clock, and it is a part of ARAS. Sorry for the pronunciation if there is any mistake, because I usually call this as ARAS. So it is a part of ARAS. So I will take a section on the ARAS so that you can familiarize with this topic in a bit more detailed. So for the time being, you just need to know it is a part of ARAS and this so that it has a role in the consciousness of the body. So it has no definite center for the sleep-wake cycle. It has no, just like body water or the autonomic activities, it has no definite center, but it controls the sleep-wake cycle. And for the D, it is controlling the diurnal rhythm. And that's all for A, B, C, D. Now let's move on to the word E. For the E stands for endocrine function. The E stands for the endocrine function. The name endocrine function means, yeah, you already always knows that it regulates the anterior pituitary, the hypothalamus-hypophyseal tract. All this you already know about this, but in the little classes we already know that the pituitary gland is in turn regulated by the hypothalamus. So it got a regulatory function on the anterior pituitary, thereby it got an endocrine function. So this pituitary gland is regulated by the releasing and inhibiting hormone. There are many releasing and inhibiting, like cortico releasing hormone. Just like that, there are many releasing and inhibiting hormone which is produced by the hypothalamus. Now let's move on to the top in word F. What does F stands for? It stands for the feeding and satiety center. The feeding center is present in the lateral hypothalamic region and satiety center. Now the feeding center is present on the lateral hypothalamic region and the satiety center is present on the ventromedial nucleus of the hypothalamus. The satiety center is present on the ventromedial nucleus of the hypothalamus. So thus it regulates the food intake of the body. So feeding and satiety center. Now if there is a lesion of this region occurs, and thereby there's an increase in the intake of the food, thus cause the obesity. This obesity is itself causes the hypothalamic obesity. Not it's usually we overeats, and thus we have the obesity, and that type of obesity due to the lesion of the feeding and satiety center is causing the hypothalamic obesity. Now let's know the word G. So what does G stands for? The G stands for gain, satisfaction or aversion. It means the positive and the negative reward area. We usually done things to get some reward or to avoid punishment. In circus, the animals usually obey their master in order to avoid punishment, and we usually study to get these many things to get the rewards and such type of response, and it is usually regulated by the hypothalamus, and it is by the gain, satisfaction of aversion is positive and negative reward area of the hypothalamus is regulating such activities of our body. And now for the S stands for sexual behavior. The hypothalamus got a role in the sexual behavior, and it depends on the level of the sex hormone in the circulation, and it depends on the level of the sex hormone in the circulation, thereby it regulates the sexual behavior of the of our body. It is regulated by the hypothalamus. Now let's move on, let's take this all into a nutshell. The A stands for autonomic activities. I have already discussed about the autonomic activities. And B stands for body temperature and regulation and body water balance. Now for the C, control of sleep wake cycle. And D stands for diurnal rhythm. And E stands for endocrine function. And F stands for feeding and satiety center. And G stands for gain, satisfaction or aversion. And S stands for sexual behavior. This is all about the function of the hypothalamus. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you don't like it, dislike it. And subscribe my channel so that I will get motivated to create more videos for you. And click on the bell icon and click on the all so that you will get notification on my future videos. And share this video to your friends and comment this video so that I will improve my videos for you. Thank you, and we will meet soon.